It's loving, it's beautiful. Now flipping over to Ephesians 2, 1 through 8. I did cry when I read this, by the way. I'm man enough to admit it. I cried when I read this. This was quite emotional to me. That anyone could love me this much. Anyone can love wretched old Tyler Vallata. Like little old me, like bro. And you were dead in your offenses and sin, in which you previously walked according to the course of this world, according to the prince of power of the air, of the spirit that is now working in the sons of disobedience. Among them we too all previously lived in the lusts of our flesh, indulging the desires of the flesh and of the mind, and were by nature children of wrath, just as the rest. But God, being rich in mercy, because of his great love with which he loved us, and even when we were dead in our wrongdoings, made us alive together with Christ. By grace you have been saved, and raised up with him, and seated us with him in the heavenly places in Christ Jesus, so that in the ages to come he might show the boundless riches of his grace and kindness toward us in Christ Jesus. For by grace you have been saved, through faith, and this is not of yourself, it is a gift of God, not a result of works, so that no one may boast. But Ephesians 2 is just one of the greatest verses that display God's love in full effect. Even before we even knew him, while we were dead in our sin, he still loved us. He loved us so much to die for us. Jesus even said himself, I think it was in John 15 or 14, I can't remember, no greater love than one who is willing to lay down his life for his own friend. Jesus did that for us. Understand that while we were dead in our offenses and sins, while we were indulging in the lust of the flesh and in the desires, or the lust of our flesh and the desires of our flesh and of our mind, Christ died for us. In the middle of us doing all that awful thing you've done that you think's too much for God, no matter how many times, like for me, no matter how many times I slept around when I was living that life, how many drugs I did, no matter how far I went, no matter how many people I hurt, no matter how much damage I caused, through all that, Christ loved me and died for me, even in that. That's emotional. That's a hard pill for me to swallow, that I'm loved to that extent without having to do anything. And I think it even expands upon in Ephesians 3,